Praise the Lord. I'm Tumweheire Desire from the Diocese of Kigezi, and I am saved by the grace of God. Today we are going to talk about forgiveness, and we shall draw our theme or our title from the book of Genesis. And we are going to first read from Genesis chapter 27. And this is a story of how Jacob stole Esau's blessing, his elder brother, whom he had first stolen his birthright or taken his birthright. And we see that after Jacob took Esau's blessing, Esau was so angry. Imagine someone taking your blessing. And we see in Genesis chapter 27 verse 41, the Bible tells us that Esau held a grudge against Jacob because of the blessing his father had given him. He said to himself, "The days of mourning for my father are near. Then I will kill my brother Jacob." And we may not, I may say we are not maybe the same as Esau, but most of the times maybe also our friends, our family members, people who are close to us, they've done things and they've really hurt us, and in your heart you're like, I wish this person could go away, or in your heart you're like, I can no longer share the same space with this person, though they are your blood or though they were your friends, but because of the things they have done, you feel like you can no longer move on with them. But we see in Genesis chapter 33, we see how Jacob comes to meet Esau. Before he comes to meet him, Jacob is so frightened and afraid. He's wondering, how will I meet him? This is someone who wanted to kill him. But so, in a way of maybe calming down Esau, we see Jacob sends gifts ahead of him. And we read those in chapter 32. We see Jacob sends many gifts ahead of him, so that maybe when Esau sees the gifts, maybe his heart is calmed down and he would not maybe go ahead to destroy his life. But when we see in chapter 33 verse 4, we see but Esau ran to meet Jacob and embraced him. He threw his arms around his neck and kissed him, and they wept. Praise the Lord. This is so amazing that someone who at once had a plan of killing his brother because of the wrong that he had done is the same person who is welcoming him with a kiss. And we know that in those days, someone welcoming the other with a kiss was a way of showing love and of showing purity in the heart. And we see this is complete forgiveness, and this should inspire us believers, because this is someone who stole his blessing, whom he had at once declared that he would kill after burying their father, but now he meets him, he welcomes him, he embraces him. That is so amazing. And when we continue to read, we even see that he even rejected the gifts that Jacob had sent ahead. He says, "I have enough, my brother. Don't mind." That is love. That is complete forgiveness. Though in the end, Jacob insisted and he told him to take the gift. So I want it to speak to us, those of us who are listening to this, that we check in our hearts. You could find maybe someone hurt you some time back, because this is after a very long time, actually after 20 years, because we see Jacob had gone to work for his father-in-law and he had married and he had children. It was after 20 years, but now the person has forgiven him. And maybe there is also someone who wronged you and you're like, for this one I really think I've given up, I will not forgive them. But let's take an example from Esau. He forgave his brother whom he had planned to kill. Let's also think about those people who have hurt us or annoyed us, and what should we do to them? Forgive them. And it is not only forgiving where you find you say you've forgiven someone, but you say you cannot be in the same place with them. Maybe if the person, sometimes it's really challenging how you will find two people say they are saved, but they hate each other and they will never greet each other. They will never be in the same space, yet they all claim that they are saved. So let's think about it. That's what I had to share with you. May God bless you.